Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of AmericanDreamTrading.com's live futures and education program. This is a free outreach to everybody out on the major social networks such as TikTok, X, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, you name it. If it's a major one, we're on it. So we welcome you to another edition. We are here live every day from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And my name is Mark McSee. I am a moderator with American Dream Trading. I'll be your host for the next 2 hours. We talk about futures. American Dream Trading does educate us on how to do stocks, stock options, futures, crypto, you name it. Coach teaches on it. Um, Teaches how to create a skill that we can successfully do this on our own if we want to. So, American Dream Trading was created and then is owned by Chad Christian, who we call Coach. And we call him Coach for a reason because he is educating us, coaching us on how to be a successful trader. This show is concentrating on futures, of course. We learned these skills from Coach also. Everything that I show you here is for educational purposes only. Uh, Myself or anyone else associated with AmericanDreamTrading.com are not licensed financial advisors, and we can never give tax, financial, or investment advice. So anything you see on my screen or anything that comes out of my mouth is for educational purposes only. One of the main goal of AmericanDreamTrading.com is to educate you and train you to learn how to make money in the markets, of course. To help build a lifelong skill that nobody can take away from you. We're not a call out group. So you'll never hear us say buy XYZ, sell XYZ. We never do that. We're not a call out group. Quite frankly, that doesn't work. By the time you get that information, the markets may have changed already. Yes, you'll find 1,000 people on TikTok, for example, that are saying, well, I'll call these out and you buy it when I say it. Those guys, gals are a dime a dozen. They don't teach you anything. They're just calling out things, and they may be right, they may be wrong. Why do you want to depend on that? You want to be able to make your own educated decisions so that you can trade successfully. If that person that you see an example on TikTok is doing these call out groups, or they're sending you text on buy this and buy that, and they go away, what have you learned? What skill did you develop? None, right? So at American Dream Trading, we do just the opposite. We are not a call out group. We educate you to be able to do these things on your own. Is it easy? Nope. It's very hard, actually. Um, about 95% of day traders fail in the first 1 to 2 years. And the reason is because they're trying to do it on their own. They don't have a mentor to help teach them what to do. They don't have a community to back them up that they can ask questions to. How do I do this, or how do I do that? I need help here. I need help there. I don't understand this or that. And that's one of the things we provide here at American Dream Trading. We are a community of over 10,000 members strong and growing every day. And people come for the training and education at American Dream Trading, but they literally stay for the community. We have members that will come and not trade on any particular day, and they'll just sit and listen and learn. And that's how we conduct it, right? You can get in here and start trading right off the bat. And that's a guaranteed way to lose your money. Wreck your account. Next thing you know, you're broke. And then you quit on yourself and you say, well, I tried that day trading once. It wasn't for me. Well, that's why people fail. So what we like to have you do is listen. Listen, listen, listen. Take notes for a long time, whatever your definition of a long time is. Everybody learns it a different way and different time length. If you go to AmericanDreamTrading.com right now, you can grab our free Discord that we have. It costs absolutely nothing to join. And when you do, that gives you instant access to our stock lounges where you can communicate with other members within our ADT community. You can ask questions, you can hang out, listen, see what people are saying. Gets you instant access to some of our training materials, such as videos and documents that you can look at. There's discounts in there available that you can look at and take advantage of. One of them is for what you see in front of you is TradingView. It's a software program and independent, has nothing to do with American Dream Trading. This is just a charting software which you can also trade through, which I do. All right. My broker is Weebles, who I use. It's what Coach uses whenever you see him live from 9 to 11 every day, Monday through Friday. He uses Weeble. That's what he trains with. So a large majority of our members do use Weeble for that simple fact. We have another group, a large group of people who use TOS. You do not have to change brokers. If you already have a broker and you like it and you're comfortable with it, you don't have to change brokers just because we use Weeble. It's just a personal choice. If you're happy with it, fine. If you're not, Weeble's free to download, right? You fund it just like any other broker. You send the money, then you can start trading. Weeble, as a broker, requires $500 to open up a futures trading account. There's some brokers require less, some require more, but they're all basically kind of the same. Some you can open for as little as $100. Now, are you going to be able to trade much with $100? Honestly, no. You won't be able to. $500, you can do some decent trading with $500. The more you have, the more opportunities, of course, that you can open. You're not going to trade a contract of gold with a $500 account unless you do it during the day. If you're going to do it in the off hours, you'll have to have a couple thousand in your account, or tens of thousands, depending on what it is you're trading. But during the day, yes, the margin requirements are a little bit lower. I think you can buy one contract of gold for $317, so you'd be able to trade one contract of gold with a $500 account. But of course, you couldn't do that with a $100. So it all varies depending on what you're trading, how much you need to have in there. So I'm glad you could be here today. Hopefully you learned something. If you like what you're hearing, please subscribe, like, and share on the social media feeds. I see we have quite a few people already in on TikTok. If you'll hit that like button and share, I can tell it shows you on there when somebody shares the feed. So if you'll do that, it'd be greatly appreciated. Let's try to get our likes up to, we're going to shoot for 8,000 today. That's a very achievable goal. So just start smashing them likes and then the gifts and all that. Start smashing them buttons. It's good to see everybody joining. Brian and Melissa and African King and Abby and E-Jazz and Captain Brad. Nice to have you with us, Captain. Biz. Okay, get my cataract out of the way. Biz Bites there also, and Custom. Good to see you there also. If you have questions, you can type them in that chat box at any time, and I'll try to do my best to answer those questions live as time allows. And we might even conduct some live trading. And I already see questions coming in there, and I will answer them here shortly. What you see in front of you is a simulated account. With Weeble, with TradingView, you can trade like you're trading for real with fake money. I think TradingView allows you to have 100,000 to play with. It's fake money, of course. Weeble gives you $1 million account. You know, that number doesn't mean anything. It's all fake. The purpose of using a simulated account when you first start trading is to learn your broker software, whether it's TOS, Weeble, TradingView, whatever broker you're using. You have to be comfortable entering and exiting a trade. Time is money, and if you're fumbling around trying to enter or exit a trade, that's going to cost you real money down the road. So that's why you paper trade for a long time, fake trading but it still executes your trades in real time, but you're using fake money, right? It doesn't make you any money. The purpose is to learn how to get in and out of your trades. So, but you don't even want to paper trade at first. If you're joining American Dream Trading, we want you to listen and learn. Listen to the sound of Coach's voice and the other moderators, what they're saying, so that you gain in knowledge and experience as time goes by. Once you've listened for quite a while, and you can free every day from 2 to 4 live every day. Coach is 9 to 11. I'm 2 to 4. And then we also have another program called the Aftermarket Show, which starts at 5 p.m., which is exactly what it is. It's after the hours closed. You can go in there and chat about your day, ask questions there. Dawn runs that in the evening. She can answer your questions there also. So we have 3 times each and every day that you can participate live and interact with real people during the day. So take advantage of that. And if you're watching this now, you already are. So we welcome you here. Let me get a few questions here out of the way. Let's look at TikTok. Let's see. BizBite Insights. If you want to call out meme stocks, this is not the place for that. I see you posted a couple in there. We don't want to clog up our feed with that, and if you continue to do so, we will ask to part company. So please do not flood our feeds with your suggestions. We are not financial advisors here. We do not give financial, tax, or investment advice, and we don't want you doing that either. So please cease and desist for that, but you're welcome to stay. I don't give political opinions. I have very strong political opinions, but you don't want to hear those. Custom paving company asks, with $1,000, what could you do? You do quite a bit with $1,000, actually, right? Let me share over here on my screen here real quick. I'll show you an example of what Webull allows you to do with $1,000. Okay, this is the margin requirements that you need to have in your account. Okay, to be able to trade. So if you're doing day trade, if you're doing trading during 9 to 4:15 exactly, this shows you what you have to have in your account to trade one contract of whatever it is. Now you can see there's some things that are over $1,000, right? You can see there's things that's well under. You can buy a contracting natural gas. You can buy a micro gold and copper. There's other things like silvers. You got to have 1900, so you wouldn't be able to buy silver. You can buy the indices for quite a few contracts in the indices, right? Like the S&P 500, the Russell, the NASDAQ, right? So every broker has their margin requirements that you need to have in your account to be able to trade things. Now in the evenings, those go up higher. So to trade, let's pick, this is the S&P 500, okay, that you can trade during the day for $96 a contract, but at night to trade that same thing after 4:15 till 9 a.m. the next day, you have to have $1,600 in your account to trade one contract. Again, if you're trading 5, you would just multiply that by 5. So for $1,000 account, you could trade a lot of stuff. Do you need to trade $1,000? No. You need to start small, trading one micro, which, it's the smallest increment you can trade, and build your account up $5 here, $10 there, $20 here, $12 there. That's how you build your account. Start small, start on micros. So that gives you an example there of what you contact your own broker. This is on Webull's website. You can go there and look at these and go through all that yourself. So that is available to you. Check your own broker for specific margin requirements depending on who you're using. So yes, I see a lot of people following us now. Thank you for the follows, TJ and Sheila and Brian and Amanda and Beza and Frankenstein and Carolyn. Thank you for those joining and sharing the live videos. Appreciate it greatly. And I see Ralph over there and John over there on YouTube. Make sure you click the like and share and subscribe button, and I appreciate everybody doing it. Let's get those likes up to 8,000 a day. We're currently at 1,800, so we got a little ways to go. Smash them buttons. Doesn't make me any money, but thank you, Ange, for that feedback about Twitch. Thank you very much. So go to AmericanDreamTrading.com, sign up for our free Discord. That way you can start getting some more education outside of these live feeds, right? You're only seeing the tip of the iceberg by watching these live feeds, right? We do have memberships, just about any size membership for your budget. All those details are listed on our website. Clearly, you can go to AmericanDreamTrading.com and you can scroll down to the landing page there, and it lists all our membership packages, what they offer, and what the costs are annually, semi-annually, quarterly, and monthly. Currently, at American Dream Trading, due to the new year, we are offering a 25% off discount off the total price. So if you pay by a year, you get 25% off your yearly cost for the first year. Then it'll renew it to its normal price a year from now. If you choose a 6-month payment, then of course you get 25% off your first 6 months. And if you're doing monthly, you would get 25% off your first month's membership. So obviously paying annually, you get the biggest discount immediately. and you don't have to worry about another payment for a year. But that's up to you. Some people like paying monthly. We have a lot of people pay quarterly or 6 months at a time. Now, to get that 25% off, what do you got to do? It's very simple. Once you go through the process of signing up on our website there, you'll get to the final page where you got to enter your payment data. You'll see a little discount code box there, just like you would on any other website. Put this code in there. It'll be 2025 for the new year 2025. Click apply, and you'll see when you click apply, it'll immediately subtract 25% off the cost of the membership and the payment that that you choose how to pay it. So make sure that you click apply, or it won't take your 25% off. If you forget to do that, click submit. Now you're going to pay full price. So why pay full price if you don't have to? Even at full price, it's still a great deal, but 25% off is even better. So go over to AmericanDreamTrading.com right now. One other thing I would like TikTok to do for everybody watching on TikTok, you're already seeing we went through one shutdown for about 12 or 15 hours the other day. It's always good to have a backup plan in life, right? And same way with your people that you follow on TikTok, I will pretty much assure you they have backup accounts also, like on YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn, wherever, right? Twitch. So go over to YouTube and go find our page on American Dream Trading. You'll find our channel over there. Click subscribe. That way, if I know that the current new president, gave us 75-day extension, I believe. So we may be okay for the next, couple months, unless something else happens, right? If it gets challenged in the courts, whatever. But it's always good to have a backup. So go over to the YouTube, American Dream Trading channel, click subscribe. That way you have a backup. You can still use TikTok, but if something happens to it, you'll at least have one backup account that you can still follow us. And while you're at YouTube, take a peek around our channel. You'll find there's over 2,000 educational videos in there. There's very little fluff in that channel, and it's the YouTube. The way it's organized, we're able to organize them and break them down by topics and stuff. It's a lot easier to find. So you can go there and watch literally hundreds and hundreds of hours for free on our channel. So take a peek at that while you're there too. So not only do you get a free feed every day, you can go at any time of the day or night and check out our training videos that are posted over there on YouTube. All right, what other questions? Is this crypto advice or regular stocks? This is futures, Frankenstein. We're concentrating on futures. Yes, we do trade stocks. We do trade stock options. We do trade crypto. And you can trade crypto in futures. You can trade Bitcoin and you can trade Ethereum with Webull. Other brokers may allow you to trade other things. Webull, which is what I use as my broker, allows us to trade Bitcoin and Ethereum. And we can do that through here, amongst other things. So that's what we concentrate on here. It's not that we can't answer stock questions if we want to, right? But that's not the whole purpose of this channel. So we try to specialize in that. So thank you for that question, by the way. All right. Speaking of AmericanDreamTrading.com, let me play this little 5-minute information video for you that Coach made. It'll give you a very good overview of the services that we provide for our paid members. With memberships comes privileges, just like with different levels of membership, they each come with their own privileges. So obviously our highest price package comes with more options than our lower one does, just like any other thing in life, right? So let me play this for you. It'll take about 5 minutes. Pay attention. If you got any questions, write them down while you're watching this, and I'll be more than happy to clarify anything that you don't understand. So let me play this right now for you.
So if you guys are interested in joining us, head on over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. You guys can sign up for a free Discord or one of our paid membership. Our first paid membership that we have is our regular premium membership. With that, you guys will get access to our Zoom. Inside of our Zoom, you will have a live open microphone. You will get live training and trading starting at around 8:45 until market close every day at 4 p.m. when the market is open. You guys will also receive the hot stock pick, the pre-market setup where we go over strategic levels videos of certain key different stocks throughout the day you can use, and also at the opening of the bell. As a regular paid member, you will also get the IPO Center. So any new and exciting IPOs that come out, you will get them first. Plus all the videos on demand. We have around 11 videos to help you get started on your journey with us here at American Dream Trading. They'll go over things like day trading, swing trading, covered calls, cash secured puts, the wheel option strategy, our 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed from being in the stock market over 33 years. When you're ready to step it up, you can join our VIP membership. By the way, the premium membership starts at $200 a month. The VIP membership starts at $500 a month. With the VIP membership, you guys will get access to early training and trading starting at 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's 12 hours of access to us with some of our self-made millionaires, mentors. And then you'll get training with me starting around 8 o'clock every single day. You guys will get the VIP lounge, all the workshop classes. We put on a workshop class once per month. You will get all of the previous workshop classes and any future workshop classes as long as you're a paid member. You'll also get all the VIP training videos. We have over 50 beginner and advanced videos to help your journey. We also have the TradingView indicators. These are an overlay indicator system that goes on top of TradingView. It will require a subscription, which is about $15 a month. This is my 2-minute EWO strategy. You guys can use this with stock, options, futures, and crypto. If you're a VIP member and you want to step it up to our highest level that we have right now, which is VIP Gold, you can do that for an additional $250 a month. Now, with all of our services, you can buy monthly, quarterly, semi-quarterly, or annual, and sometimes we have lifetime deals on these, so make sure you guys are watching for deals. With the VIP Gold, you guys are going to get all the mastermind classes for free, and we have another one coming up. I will let you know when that is coming. You'll also get 1 hour of tech support where we can remote in and look at your systems and help you get set up with your charts, etc. This is not a one-on-one, but this is to help you get started if you need it. We also have weekend training every Saturday at 11 a.m. If you guys have busy lives and schedules and your jobs, right, are always in the way of you trying to get training, well, we have weekend training. We also have the VIP Gold Lounge access, the VIP Gold Priority Help Desk support. We have our news service where we're giving daily and weekly outlooks of the news. We also have breakout rooms every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. with our other self-made millionaires and mentors, so make sure you guys check that out. Everything inside of the VIP room is recorded, so all of these sessions are recorded for you, including all the training that I had mentioned before. You can catch all of this in the replays only for VIP Gold members, so if you have busy lives, everything is recorded for you. Of course, we have other things inside of the VIP Gold, like the 90-day challenge, the debt-free challenge, where we're helping you to become debt-free, and our brand new in beta live Apple chat, where you guys can watch one of our moderators, David over there, live trade Apple with the 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed. He has made currently at this time, as of December 2024, he is over $320,000 in profits that he has made using this strategy over the last 2 years. We also have our brand new futures membership. You guys will start getting training for futures from noon to 4 p.m. every day, and all the training videos, terminology, everything you need to get started in futures with our futures membership. With the futures membership, you guys also get the TradingView indicators. So those are only available to VIP and futures members. Some of our a la carte services you guys can get. You can get a one-on-one with a moderator. We have all of our training videos, like the mastermind classes, how to grow a small account part 1 and 2 when it's released, but you guys can buy those from our website. You guys can also get inside of our mentorship program. Our mentorship program is $500 a month. You will sit with me every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern for an hour in a small, intimate group where we can go over larger items or just get you kickstarted, right? Can be IRAs, 401ks, SEP, anything you guys want to talk about, swing trading, day trading, right? Anything that you guys want to get inside of that room. It's just like having a one-on-one with me every single week. And again, those are all of our products and services you guys can get at any time by going to americandreamtrading.com.
And there you go. There you go. That's a pretty good overview of a lot of the most of the things we have to offer at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Again, now you've seen those memberships that were listed on there. We are offering that 25% uh, discount right now. It's not a forever thing. Go away at any time. Do I know when it's going to cease to exist? No, I don't actually. Coach hasn't indicated when he's going to withdraw that 25%. Could be today, could be tomorrow, could be a week, 2 weeks from now. I don't know. But anyway, if you want to take advantage of it, if you're sitting on the fence, go ahead and at checkout enter the discount code 2025 for 2025, the year that it is now, and grab that. Once it's gone, and you'll regret not getting it if you wait too long. So anyhow, all right, let's. If you have any questions about that, you can either go to AmericanDreamTrading.com and look at everything that was just listed there. They have some handy dandy charts there to compare the different things that's involved with each membership. So, and this would be the futures membership, of course. So you can get 25% off of this also. What else there? Let me take a quick peek over here at TikTok. Any questions over there? Not right this second. I see we're up to 2.3 thousand likes. Let's get that up to 8,000, folks. Smash that like button. Thank you for the kind words over there on the YouTube live chat from Eric's. Appreciate it. Nice to see you again, John. To have you here again. He asked questions. Do I only trade futures all day? The short answer is yes. Recently, that would be yes, but I do trade stocks in the pre-market. I do trade stock options. However, I've found personally that futures are my jam. I really like them. I like what it offers me. So I have not really traded individual stocks or stock options probably at least this whole month. I haven't. I don't believe that I have. And it's probably been a month, really. I've been focused 100% on trading futures. However, I have the skills that I learned from here at AmericanDreamTrading.com that I can learn to trade everything. That's one of the benefits. This is another tool in my tool belt. I can trade futures. I can trade stocks if I want to. I can trade stock options if I want to. They all have their advantages and disadvantages. I just like the futures. It gives me like a stock option type contract without having the Greeks in there. Now, the Greeks, what's that? In a stock option, it's basically a mathematical formula built into the contract. As the benefit of it is if you get an acceleration upward in price, your earnings also accelerated. And so, in other words, it may go up $1. You may make actually $2, right? There's an acceleration up. Now, the downside is if it pulls back on you, it pulls back on you at an accelerated rate. So you'll lose money faster also. And I like trading stock options. There's that advantage is there. Thank you, Ralph. Hopefully you could hear me just now. I had myself muted. I thought I hit the unmute button. Was you guys able to hear me the whole time just now on TikTok? Anytime you can't hear me, holler, would you? Doug, was you able to hear me on TikTok the last couple minutes? Way I have this.
Yeah, they can hear you.
Okay.
If I didn't have it muted, so I didn't have three of you talking to me at the same time, but I saw you talking, so
Okay.
I knew you were live.
Yeah, I have that habit of not. There's so many buttons to press. I get discombobulated. Sorry about that if it was muted. Way I have it set up, even if I have a mute button, it still goes through. Anyhow, yeah, I like stock options. I like the benefits of the Greeks that where when it does take off, or see like right here on my screen, I am on. This is not stock option, but right now, see this large candle. My gains on a stock options put would really be going faster than normal with these little candles. So that's a benefit. Now you don't have that benefit with the futures. Now the downside of pullbacks in stock options, if I lose $1 on a pullback in an option, I may have to make $2 back just to get my $1 back. Again, I'm just using that as an example. It's not a true 1 to 2 type of thing. Depends on what the contract is, what time of the day. And also the other disadvantage of a stock option, as the day wears on, the amount of gains that you would make per candle movement start to decrease over time. Okay. So where if it went up a dollar, I would make 50 cents. Maybe later on in the day it goes up a dollar, I may only make 40 cents or 30 cents, whatever, just as an example. Okay. With futures, you don't have any of those Greeks. There's none of that mathematical formulas built into a futures contract. If it goes up a dollar, basically you make a dollar. If you lose a dollar, you lose a dollar. But when it goes back up a dollar, you make that dollar back. Okay. So it's kind of a little bit more closer to trading stocks. Now, if this goes up 1 point, you don't make $1, but I'm just using it as an example. So if it drops to where I lose a dollar and it goes back up to where I would make that dollar back, I actually make that dollar back. So I like that. I do give up the accelerated earnings. When a candle, you get these big candles that shoot up, or if you're in a put when it goes down. Okay, so there's a little give and take there. It's a little less rip your face off in the futures market. Okay. We always trade with stops anyway to limit our downside. So you never, ever, ever trade without a stop. That's one of coach's rules. So if you don't trade with stops, you're liable to wreck your account and lose your money. We don't want anybody to have that happen to them. And that's why we don't even want you, when you come into American Dream Trading, it costs you nothing to learn other than the cost of your membership. Okay. We don't even want you funding a brokerage account when you join us. We want you to listen. We want you to absorb, to be a sponge. Come in with an empty cup. We don't care if you've had 10 years of experience trading in the markets. You need to set all that stuff aside. Now, is what you learned prior invaluable or not mean anything? No, but we want you to come in and listen to the sound of Coach's voice, the principles that he's teaching you, right? His trading strategies, which he has many, right? He teaches us how to day trade, swing trade, long-term trade, right? You name it. If it can be traded and there's a strategy for it, Coach does teach on that. So we want you to be like a sponge, absorb what you can, take notes, right? And as a paid member, you have access to an open mic. We start training and trading at 4 a.m. in American Dream Trading. 4 a.m. And we continue to have an open mic for our paid members up till 4 p.m. that day. So we are in a Zoom call. That's how we conduct everything. Anybody can ask Coach a question by just opening their mics while he's live. I have the members in here in this room with me. They can open up their mics right now, as you already heard, right? They can ask me a question or make comments. Matter of fact, members, why don't you open up your mics right now and say hi, everybody out there in the.
Yeah.
There we go.
What's going on?
Hey, everybody.
So there you go. The rest of them in the room are a little mic shy. But even if they
Hello,
don't,
everyone.
there we go. Even if
Sorry
they do,
about that.
oh, you're good. You're not required to open a mic to ask a question, just like you can here on the social medias. We also have a chat box that's built into our Zoom calls that they can actually type in their questions or make comments or say anything they want, pretty much within the Zoom call. So we provide multiple ways of communication within our group. We also have our Discord. The members can ask questions in there if they so choose to. And we have people that work 9 to 5 jobs every day. They maybe get up early before they go to work and they'll trade. And when they come home, they can trade. Some of them even trade at work. As a former manager, I cringe every time I hear. I remember, I'm trading at work. Well, why aren't you working for the person that's paying you? But that's the way the world is now, right? Cell phones, you can trade anywhere in the world. And that's the beauty of being a day trader and having an account. You could trade anywhere in the world, any time of the day or night, pretty much. So if you have any questions, feel free to type them in. All right, let's go. I'll take a look see here and see if there's anything that maybe we want to do a trade. Now, I've mentioned earlier this is a simulated account. This is what we call paper trading account. When you hear the term paper trading, all that means is you're using your broker's software to conduct live trades on a fake account. It's not real money. So this is the whole purpose of paper trading is not to be able to say I just made $20,000 trading $1 million account, right? Nobody really cares, right? The purpose of a paper trading simulated account that your broker provides you is to teach you and get you comfortable with entering and exiting trades, knowing all the mechanics. What buttons do I have to press to buy something and what buttons do I have to press to sell something. And I can assure you, every broker offers multiple ways of doing that. Like right here I can go this way and I can enter a trade on the price ladder. I can use this. I can literally click here and it'll enter a trade. I can come down here at the bottom of this. I can push a button down here to buy it market, sell it market. I can push buttons to reverse my trade if I want to do that. If I don't like that method, there's another method that TradingView offers. I can literally click buy, sell buttons here, right? If I want to enter a buy and put my stop loss in, I can click buy and it buys it. If I want to sell it, I can come up here if I want to and click sell. I can come over here on this corner. The TradingView offers there's a buy and sell buttons up there. So there's multiple ways of entering and exiting a trade, and they're broker specific. They all work the same way, right? But you have to be familiar with the software. Weeble's the same way. On my Weeble screen, I have this is an example of it right here. Okay. This is not my live trading screen. This just shows you an example. I show a lot of widgets. Yesterday I showed my real trading screen. It's very minimal. I just have a chart and a couple other little widgets. Most brokers, well, if not all of them, have what they call widgets that you build and put on your blank. This was a blank canvas, and I purposely put these things on here. So here's a Turbo Trader widget for entering and exiting trades. There's an order book. There's a time and sales, and I got extra charts. I got my main chart. I have these other widgets that all I got to do is once I click on them, that automatically loads up that one. So if I want to go from oil, I want to look at oil, and then I want to say I want to switch to gold. All it takes is one click, and it loads everything up. Not only does it load up my chart, it changes everything on my trading widget. So automatically now when I click that, it will buy me that futures contract, and there's widgets for everything. So your broker will have these type of things on there. This is Weeble's. TradingViews is a little different. So what you see on my screen, I actually have a hybrid. I have my main TradingView screen here, and over here on the right, I actually am using Weeble's widgets that I've detached from my screen over there and slid and put on here. So I reduced the size of my main screen. I'm able to park them right here, so I can see here also. So, and then of course you got your price that's going on at any given time here. So, different ways of doing it. I can actually put my buy and sell buttons for Weeble on here if I want to. So, but I have been recently. I've been trading within TradingView. I found it to be a very good experience. It executes the trades just like they should and on time. So user 207580504630 over there on TikTok. What utility app are you using? This is TradingView that you see on your screen. My main brokers is Weeble, which is this screen, right? So what I've done though is I am actually trading through TradingView by linking my broker. So how do you do that? I'll just show you real quick. Again, this TradingView has nothing to do with American Dream Trading. This is a totally independent program, and you can link, here's some of the brokers that you can link to TradingView, and you can trade within them. That way you don't have to have two pieces of software open. This is not all of them. Of course, if it says here, if you click here, it'll take you to their website, which it'll show all the brokers that's signed up to trade for this. But I can connect my Weeble account by just clicking like that. Now I'm on the paper trading account. I do not trade with my real live account why I'm talking to you or why we are training members. I don't trade that way because I'm listening to questions, I'm interacting with members, I'm looking at TikTok feed, a lot, YouTube and Twitch, all these feeds that's going on so I can answer your questions. So there's a lot of distraction. So I will always use paper trading. And you can see that down here at the bottom of my screen right here. It clearly says paper trading. So I can go in and out of trades left and right, lose money, and it's not going to hurt me. So, I'm not about to wreck my own personal account and hurt my family because I'm training you fine folks. Not that there's anything wrong with you fine folks. I just don't want to lose money while I'm talking to you, if you don't mind. All right. So, all right, Danny, good to see you here again. Whatever. Do we trade meme coins on here? No, I do not. This is on futures. We do have a crypto membership. that you can trade crypto. If you want to call them meme coins, are we going to chase your little junk meme coins around that nobody's ever heard of besides you? No. But crypto does. Our crypto membership members are trading all these little coins and stuff around. I don't personally do that. I stick with the main ones myself, but that's a personal preference. A lot of them were making money here the other day off our new president's meme coin. Right? Didn't exist until the other day. I don't know if it's still going or not. They made a lot of money off of that. Didn't exist. I see over on our YouTube live, Queasy Speaks, can I go over Oracle? No, I cannot. It's not that I can't. We're concentrating on futures here. That is a stock that you want me. Oracle, yes, it's a good established company. Am I telling you to buy or sell it? No. Number one, we don't do that here. We are teaching you how to trade that. So I am concentrating on futures, not stocks. So anyway, thanks for the question anyway. It's not that I can't answer that specifically. I could pull up Oracle just as easy as anything else, but that ticker is ORCL. See, I know what that was. I have traded it in the past. What else we got? All right, so let's look around and see if there's any live trades. I can talk you through my thought process. I'm a little stuffed up today for some reason. I don't know why. You think my sinuses would be cleared out with all the cold weather we're having here. It was 15 below this morning when I got up. All right, here's MES, which is the futures. It's the S&P 500. Would I trade this right now? Well, I missed my good opportunity to jump in here. Can I still jump in this trade? Well, sure, I could. So what I'm doing real quick, I'm looking to see where's all my main indicators. Where's everything at? Where's VWAP, which is down here? So that's good for going up. Now I have the MA200. VWAP is the number one most used indicator worldwide. So it's a very strong place of where it will stop moving temporarily. Doesn't mean it won't go through it. It does it all the time, but you'll find resistance there or support there. Now I have the second most used worldwide is the 200 MA, MA meaning moving average. So what it's doing is measuring the last 200 candles on this chart, and then it draws a trend line out. It's always moving. As the candles go up and down in price, so does that trend line. So, and it's always adjusting. So I have to worry about it getting past here first. This is a strong, it may more likely will come up here and pause, if not reject off of there. Okay. So if in my real life trading, I would not enter this trade until I see it break and hold up against there, or I may play the bounce off of there if it rejects. So let me jump into this trade ahead of time. Now, again, I would never do this in real life. I would wait. Let's see what will happen if I jump into this right now. All right. All right. I've entered the trade. It's getting close to that 200. It may never quite make it up there, and it could still reject. Okay. So now I have a stop loss. I told you I never trade without a stop loss, right? You should always have a stop loss. What does a stop loss do? It protects me because I am taking I entered a trade long, which means I believe this price is going to continue to climb for however long. It could be seconds, it could be minutes, it could be hours. I'm trading to trade in front of me. I don't care if it goes on for an hour or whether it goes on for a minute. I'm going to get what I can get out of it while the getting's good. One thing I do, yes.
While you're talking about your trade, can you discuss the 21 and 55 EMA cloud? We had a TikTok participant over here asking what that cloud was.
Yep, I will do that. I'll explain that. Yep. One of the reasons I made the decision to enter this trade, even though I wouldn't in real life, I would wait till it got up here. I want to see a break and hold. Actually, I would really want to see it up here. So I entered this trade prematurely, right? I just want to show you what happens if you jump the gun. Because I'm fully expecting me to lose money on this trade because I didn't follow my own trading criteria. So what I have here, I already showed you VWAP was down here. This is the second largest, is the 200 MA. Now, these other trend lines are built in here to Coach's logarithm. What you're seeing here, this comes for paid members. They get this as a paid membership, right? So, and this only works on TradingView. It's a script. It's a program, right? It's a script that's built, that's overlays into our TradingView. It doesn't work on TOS. It doesn't even work on Webull. But what it does is automatically puts on here the 21, the 9, and the 55. Those are three other trend line indicators, 9 measuring 9 candles back, which is your short-term movement, the 21, which measures, of course, 21 previous candles, and the 55, which measures the longer term. And then you have the real long term, which is up here, is the 200. Okay, so and VWAP takes the volume and the price and mixes it all up and divides by whatever, right? And then it spits out that trend. So I wait for these to break and hold. So when I enter a trade, I want it to be a pretty good trade. I'm a little conservative in how I do things, right? I don't jump in willy-nilly. Now, I am a scalper I would say overall, I scalp more than I do long-term. You see, right now, I'm lucky at this moment, right? I'm up $25, right, on this trade. Now, I'm in with 20 contracts. But I also have a stop loss. So what does the stop loss do? If I move this up, you can see how that number moves around. So I'll keep that. What I do is I may keep that down here, right? I'll keep a $3 or $4 in this case with the MES. So if all of a sudden somebody would come in and dump all their shares and the price would plummet, the most that I am on the hook for is $125. So if this pulls down all of a sudden, it will trip my stop. Yes, I'm going to lose $125, but I didn't lose $225, right? Because it can literally go voop before you can even blink an eye. So that's why you always trade. You're protecting your downside. Now, you have to give it room. You have to be able to accept a loss in every trade. You will lose money day trading, okay? See, now I'm approaching this up here. I fully expect it to reject off there or at least stop. Now, if it gets a lot of volume, it could blow through there. See, it's trying right now, but see, they're going to fight. People know that's a strong resistance. So people will road that up, took that profit, and then they'll sell it. That's why you got to watch for the pullbacks. So now, as this gets my stop loss, now I wouldn't do again. I wouldn't have really entered this in real life. But now my stop loss not only protects my downside, now once it starts making money and gets green, as we call it, I can slide this up. If I leave this here right now, I'm guaranteed to make $50, even if this pulls back, right? It will close my trade out, and I'll get $50 put in my bank account, okay? So you can move this up as the trade increases, all right? Again, and then you have to give it room. This is too tight because this can move that far in a second. But I'm going to leave it there just to show you, right? Now, if this comes up here and breaks above this line, I may slide my stop up a little bit more. I can do that right now. See, right here's my criteria. I would in real life enter this trade once it breaks and holds. So now what do I mean by break and hold? I want to see a candle break through here, and I want to see another candle start to form above this line. And that kind of gives me a little bit more confidence that it can continue its upward movement. Right now, it's still hanging out here between that and that level there. What does this line represent? That line is a historical level that I marked out on my chart by going back and looking at the history of this trading at this level. You can see there's a lot of times it touched there, all right? But I've gone back further than that, actually. I've looked at it over a day chart and a 4-hour chart, whatever, on down. So no matter what happens now, if I slide this up right now, get out of this trade, I could get $150. But I'm giving it time to move because this thing can go up, right? I don't want to limit my upside, but I can also sell it right now and lock in $175 guaranteed. And you're all saying, take the money, right? Okay, well, yeah, I agree. Normally, being a scalper, I would have probably, because this paused here, I would have took that cash and I'd be waiting on my criteria that I told you before I even started this, which is a break and hold above my level that I have confidently already pre-marked on my chart at some day. It could have been last week or 2 months ago. I don't know. I don't know when I drew that line. All I know is that is a historical level. So as this climbs up, if this stays up here, I can do this right now if I want to. I can move it up another there. Now I'm guaranteed 75. Right? I can keep it right below this indicator here. I can even move this up a little bit more if I want. But what happens with this movement, I can get stopped out and it may bounce and go. Well, watch, see? I just locked in $100. See how that pulled back and closed out my trade? But I got $100 out of it just by doing it. So what do I do now? I can re-enter this trade right now if I want to. Okay? I can do this all day long. I can go in and out all day. Would I enter this now? No, because look what happened. As soon as I clicked buy, it pulled back right as soon as I hit it. All right, now I'm down $75. Because what happened? What did I tell you was my criteria for entering this trade? Was to wait for a break and hold above my level right here. It's breaking, right now. Okay, but it hasn't hold. I got another 23 seconds. There's a little, you may not be able to see it, but there's a countdown timer for my candle. So I'm losing money. Now I'm broke even. Now I'm down 25. This thing's too volatile. That's why I want confirmation. For me, I want to see where it looks like it's going to stay. Now, can I get it right here and snag this money anytime I want? Yeah, I can click this button and it'll close my position. I can literally, as soon as that goes green, boom, I can go like that, bang, and grab the cash. Okay. Now, here's another candle starting to form. Is this going to be my confirmation candle? I don't know. I prefer it to be on its shoulder, but we'll see if this is going to hold. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just, again, jumping in. What happens is, because I'm not waiting on this, see, now I have to be right here to break even. See how that's bouncing around? Now this is encouraging that it's going up, right? I am encouraged. I have a little bit more confidence now. Here's my stop loss way down here. So now I'm going to move this up, adjust it a little bit for this, what I'm trading. I always enter with a wide stop and then adjust it. Because some things you need wide stops, sometimes you need narrow ones, depending how much things move. The MES will move $3 in a second without any problem. So I want to keep at least a relative distance. I'm going to do right now is set it right there below that. If it comes back down to there, that's a big drop, right? So I may not even do that. I'll go up here a little bit tighter. I'll accept $100, $125. So again, this is working its way up. And unfortunately, they're fighting over the price right now. I'm not even looking at my L2 because I generally don't on the on indices because there's just so many numbers flying around here. Change that over. So this here shows you orders that are in there but not executed yet. You can kind of gain some intel by looking at this, but it's always changing, and people could pull orders out and add orders in any time. It looks just like a bunch of goofy numbers in there, but you learn how to read these things over time to train your eye. Right now, I haven't made a dime. I'm at zero, right? But I'm still on the hook. I can lose 125 if I leave my stop here. So we're letting it work. I can move this up. There's another candle coming up, right? You can see the wicks on the top and bottom of the candle. That shows you that they're fighting. If there's a long wick on the top, that means the sellers are pushing the price down, like this one was. If there's a long wick on the bottom, that shows you people are trying to push the price up. If you get them both on top and bottom, that shows you there's a fight going on back and forth. So you can see that's what's going on here. Everybody's unsure right now whether they want to cash out and sell out or let it run yet. So that's why you're getting this volatility, this up and down. So you do have to give yourself some room on the stops. In other words, you have to be willing to accept a loss in every trade, right? I could slide this clear up here, but I'm going to get stopped out and it's going to kick me out of the trade and I gain nothing, right? And I actually, until this gets up, I got to make at least, well, I got to make a bunch of money to break even to get up above this because there is a fee for buying contracts. It's about basically $3 a contract. So actually, I got to make $60 on this trade just to break even, which, right, you can see it doesn't take much to do that. But so now I'm pulling back. Am I going to sit here and wait on this while I'm in the trade, right? I could cut bait right now and leave, but I'm not going to. I'm going to let it work. See, now I'm up $25, but I need to get up to 60 in profit to break even because of the fees. Now, I would not bought 12 micro contracts either because of the fees. I would have bought one ES or two ESs, but I won't get into all that. But there comes a break even versus buying micros versus buying minis. You get up to so many contracts and your fees you're wasting a lot of money on fees. So we give it a time to work here. It can be as patient as I want. I don't want to tie up everybody's day here, staring at my screen. But you can see, look at the volatility in the stock market indexes like the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Russell. You get a lot of this movement. You got to have some mental toughness to trade these type of things. They are very volatile. You can make a lot of money on it. You can lose a lot of money, right? I have a stop, so the max I can lose is $125, no matter what happens, right? I'm waiting for this to climb and get up here out of the road so that I can move my stop in and lock in my profits. And sometimes you just have to make the decision to exit a trade, right? If it's not going to break and hold above your level, sometimes you just have to take the loss. That's another decision you have to make constantly. Well, this ain't looking good. It's pulling back. I got to get out of this trade. And you move on to another trade. Now I'm up $25. So it's still bouncing. See how this long wick, they're trying to push it up. There's still a fight going, right? This is what they call a doji. It's a neither good nor bad. It's an shows indecision. Those are little things that you learn, little nuances you learn by being a member of American Dream Trading. We teach you what these candles mean. When one stands on the shoulder of the other, or you get a one up and one down beside each other in golfing. We teach all this stuff. To know those names, do you need to know them all? No. I don't get hung up on it. I know what they're telling me. They're telling me, giving me a story. I'm watching these wicks right now, so you can still see it's fighting. Now, you can see I don't have any lines up here. Is there some levels that this thing, I have one up here. Is there anything here in its history that I'm missing that maybe there's a reason for that? So I can scroll back and look. Nothing really strong. I do have a little minor one here where it peaked. See how these peaked up, these candles here? So it's kind of where it's at right now. I mean, I can draw a line on right there if I want to, right? So that shows you it hit there too. So it's at a natural little minor double top, if you want to call it that, there. So that's why it's fighting and wants to break through there. So I can leave that line there if I want to, right? I can make it whatever color I want. I usually do white because it's easier to see on your screens. So, again, I'm being patient. Hopefully it'll break through here. And then there's another little level here that it needs to break through, right, to continue its upward movement. Now I'm up $75. If I want to, I can start sliding my stop up. I can guarantee myself that's 75. Now see how that's going? By being patient. Sometimes you have to let these things play out. Now I can move this up a little bit, but I need to get up a little bit higher to lock in my fee. So I want to see that if this comes up here and breaks above this line that I drew just now, that's another little level that it's got to make and break and hold. Then I'll slide my stop up to the next line. So that's what I do. I'll move it up as it moves up to each level. I'll move it up to the one previous and let it do its thing. Let it move. Worst case scenario, if I slide my stop up, I'm going to lock in my profits, right? It's still fighting to get through there. It hasn't made up its mind yet, so it's still struggling. Does Netflix have a stock? Yes. That's what Netflix is, right? It was up. I don't know where it's at now. It was like $1,000, $900,000, I think $800. They're coming out with their earnings, as a matter of fact, here shortly in the next few days, if I'm not mistaken. I don't trade Netflix for the same reason. It's just as volatile as this. It'll rip your face off too. All right, so now I'm getting a little. I'm giving it time to move. See, patience. It's very hard to be patient when you're doing this. That's why I'm a scalper. I lock in my profits as I get them. I would already locked in these profits, quite honest with you. But I'm letting it go. Show you that you need to let it run. Why am I letting this go? Well, my one indicator that I really like here. Number one, I broke above this. This blue line here is the 9 EMA. It's a short-term one. It's staying above that. So that gives me encouragement that it's in the short term, it's in an upward momentum. See how that adjusts? So I can go up here right now if I want to and move that up. It's not saying it won't come back. It'll lock in $25 profit, less my fees, of course. But if this breaks up here, then I'll slide my stop up some more. I want to give it room to breathe. This could very well come back down. Right, there it is. See how it stopped me out? That's how your stop losses work to protect your downside, and they also lock in your profits. So I got whatever that profit was. Technically, I made whatever, $25, right? So that's how you use your stops. You can slide them up. You never slide them down. You don't want to ever increase your downside. You set your stop where you want it, and you leave it there. If it comes down and you lose money, then so be it. It prevented you from wrecking your account and losing more money. So hopefully you've seen how that works. So you need to know how to do all that. That's why we paper trade. Once you get a basic understanding of how to do this and what all these squiggly lines and bars and trend lines and these bars here and the volume bars down there, what all that means and how you put it together as a total package to make an investment decision. Does it always work in your favor? Nope. You're going to lose money. I guarantee it. Every trade's not going to be profitable. The idea is to get educated enough and trained and gain experience that you'll have more profitable trades than you were negative, right? So that's why you don't want to just jump in when you're learning with a real account, trading real money, because not knowing some of these little nuanced things, you will wreck your account and we'll never see you again, right? And you'll decide that, day trading ain't for me. You got to hang in there, give yourself time to learn. It could be a month, it could be 6 months, it could be a year. I'll tell you what, for me, I've been doing this now. I do this full time. This is my full time vocation, and it is a vocation. This is my job. All right, I am sitting in my basement with surrounded by 5 big screens here, plus my laptop, and I got an iPad Pro over there, which I don't have open right now, and I have my cell phone beside me. So I have potentially 6 or 7 screens I can look at if I wanted to. I have 5 that I look at normally. But I need to know how to do all these things, and I have to be good at doing it all, because if not, I'm going to wreck my account, right? So you have to give yourself time, whether it's a month, 6 months, a year. It took me about 10 months, I would say, even though I made more money in my first year of day trading than I did at my prior management job in a union shop. Okay, so I was successful, but that's neither here nor there. It really took me, I'm going to say, 10 months. Even though I was trading and trading successfully, I can remember that moment at about a 10-month period where a light bulb went off. I had that light bulb moment. I got struck by lightning, and I'm like, oh yeah, this really makes sense now, right? All the pieces of the puzzle are starting to take shape. My understanding of the markets in general and how to execute trades, and I'd been there for 10 months and got all that education, listening to the sound of coach's voice every day, and actually conducting my trades and getting that experience. I had that kind of light bulb moment. It was like 10 months. I would say I got comfortable in my skin. How's that? It's not that I didn't know what I was doing. As a matter of fact, I was only here, I don't know, 2 months, whatever, or so, before I decided I was never going to punch a time clock again the rest of my life, which I didn't punch one anyway because I was management, but you get the point. So I've been doing this full time now for a little over 2 years, 2 years and a couple of weeks, as a matter of fact. January 7th was my 2nd anniversary, and I've done very well financially doing this. My first year, I made a little bit more than what my annual salary was at my prior job, and this past year, I exceeded it even more. So I'm able to pay my bills as long as I make enough.
Hey, Mark.
Yes, sir. Doug, one of our paid members, and one of our newest moderators, I might add. Congratulations, Doug.
Thank you very much. Did we cover the cloud? And if we did,
Yep.
the trade that you just did, you were talking about the profit and loss and so on and so forth, and how the numbers are working, what the ticks are. Would you be able to pull up your Webull CME information and explain how all that works?
I can. I'd be more than happy to.
Thank you.
Thanks for asking. All right, so let me share my screen over here. Let me make this a little bit bigger so we can see this. What's going on here? Let me stretch this out. So I showed you this chart earlier. Okay, this is what you have to have in your account sitting there. Okay, to be able to purchase one contract of whatever it is you want to trade. Right. So that's the whole list. We will let you trade. Right. So the other thing that you need to have, what you need to know, and this is all built into your trading widgets. I'm just showing you that's intraday futures, other place, Webull. This is this is Webull. I can go down here to futures and scroll down a little bit. This is their website. You get paid. How do I get paid? How do I make money in futures? Well, we go on a tick, what they call ticks. If you want to think of it in dollars and cents, that's fine, right? It's really, if we think of it, we tend to think in money. So a dollar would be considered 1 point, okay? So if you want to think of it that way, it's actually called 1 point. They don't talk dollars, it's points. But if just for simplicity's sakes, because that's how the normal people in the world think, if it goes up a dollar, okay, that dollar is divided into portions. So if I am going to trade what you see here on my screen, which we did live for every 25 cents it goes up in price, I make $1.25 per contract. Okay. Now, this only goes up in 25-cent increments. So from here, if you on my chart, you would see, so for every quarter that goes up, I make $1.25, right? So if it goes up $1, how many 25 cents are in a dollar? 4, right? So $1.25 times 4 is what? Everybody say it with me. $5. So for every dollar that goes up, I make $5. Okay. If I go down here to if I would trade the bigger one, which costs a lot more money, but for every 25 cents, the ES, the E mini version instead of the micro, for every 25 cents it goes up, I make $12.50. Sounds better than making $1.25, right? Takes a lot more money in your margin account, right? So it depends how you want to look at it, right? So an ES contract, MES contract is $96.36, which is this right down here. Okay. To buy a ES contract, you have to have 963. So it's 10 times the price. So you get paid 10 times the amount. So you can see it's a direct 10 times, 10x. So that's essentially buying 10 micros. Now you don't want to buy 10 micros when you can buy one ES just because of the fees, right? So as you see, everyone's different. You know, if I'm going to buy the Russell for every dime it goes up, right? On the E Mini version, I make $5. So for every how many 10 cents are in a dollar? Obviously, the answer is 10. So I would make $50 for every dollar that the E Russell moves. Again, it's not dollars, it's points, but for education purposes, that's how you can think of it. Now, if I trade the micro version, for every tenth that goes up, you can see it's a tenth of its big boy one. So every tenth that goes up, I make 50 cents. So again, now that's per contract. So if you buy 10 contracts of something, it's multiplied by 10. And that's how you make money. You start out trading the ESs, or the micros, right? They don't cost you as much. You learn how to do it. And once your account gets built up, you may only be able to afford to buy one contract. But as you build up your account, $5 a time, $10 a time, $20 a time, $12, you make, it's not a bunch of money, but you're building your account day by day, trade by trade, right? Now, if you come in here and do this all day long, you make trades every 10 minutes, every 5 minutes, whatever, in and out, those things can add up pretty fast. Now, the other thing that should be noted is if this goes down a tenth, I lose 50 cents. If the big boy, the ES goes down 25 cents, I lose $12.50 per contract. So it works both ways. That's what you gain or lose per movement. Works the same way up as it does down. So this is where you make the money. So you just have to be cognizant of it. And again, now there's a $2.90 fee for trading through Webull. So just say $3. So if I have to make $3 just to break even, I have to have how many point movement on here, right? If it goes up 50 cents, that's not enough, right? Because that's only 250. So this has to go up 75 cents for me to break even to cover the cost of my transaction fees. That's how you want to look at it. So I can't just sell at break even for my entry point because it's actually, you lose $3, right? So it has to move up enough to cover your brokerage. Just $3. So you just need to know what these tick values are, and you'll remember them once you trade it. What we do here is we just have everybody make a cheat sheet of the favorite ones they have so they know. And it also tells you within the trading widgets what those are when you click on them. So it's not hidden. It's built in right into the trading widgets. Like here, you can see this tells you how much margin I need for this trade. What's the tick value is a quarter, right? On the actual quote widget, it'll give you all that information. So it's all there. There's multiple ways to check it. And the real Bible of trading futures is out of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange out of Chicago. And that's the ones that set the prices. Their website has all that. It's actually the legal information, the actual bona fide Webull just converts it, puts it on their website, just as another way of accessing it. But if you want right from the horse's mouth, you go to the CME website for that information. So, and it's built into all the widgets anyway, so it's not like you got to keep track of all these things. Just remember, generally, you got to make $3 for every trade. It's $1.45 to get in, $1.45 to get out. Is there some that have different ones? Yeah, they vary a little bit, but you don't want you to get too hung up. But just figure you got to make $3 on every trade per contract, and you'll be okay. All right, so let's go back to TikTok. What is my Aiden asks? What is my favorite strategy or strategy you recommend? I recommend number one that you learn Coach's 2-minute EWO strategy. Our paid members are trained on this. Matter of fact, you can go watch some free videos on this strategy. What is that? Well, as you see, now this indicator that you see on my screen, this comes with paid memberships and paid memberships only. Okay, you get this with the VIP Gold, the crypto, and futures memberships. Premiums, no. But anyway, I digress. What this is telling me, this is another way of a strategy. It's based on the EWO, which is the Elliott Wave Oscillator. Coach, through his 33 years of experience in trading and training others, has developed this strategy and this logarithm that we have programmed in here. So in its oversimplified form, you can see there's color change. There's green for when it's going up, red for when it's going down, green when it goes up, red when it goes down, green when it goes in these waves. Okay, that's why it's called the Elliott wave, named after Mr. Elliott. It's a mathematical formula. I can't explain it to you, but it's more complicated than 1 + 1 = 2. That much I can tell you. But the oversimplified version, okay, in its purest form, you would enter a trade, and this is one of the things that it does, because entry is the key to profits. Getting into a good trade earlier, right? Buy low, sell high. That's the whole basis for making money. So you would enter here on whenever the next bar is larger than the first. Now, it could be the second or third bar, but in this case, I'm going to expand this out a little bit for exaggeration purposes, okay? It tells me right here the next bar is larger than the first. So that's be my point of entry. Does that mean I can't click the button, enter whenever I want? No. But if you're going to follow the 2-minute EWO strategy, it would be beneficial to your checkbook. Is every EWO trade going to make you money? No. Is it guaranteed if I follow it, I'm going to make money? No. You got to know what everything means together. You'll be more successful in the long run. That much I can tell you. Once you understand everything and then apply this trading strategy to your trading. So this is my entry. As you can see, now, maybe you can't see, I have all these indicators on here. I got the 200 up here. I remember, if I remember correctly, VWAP's clear down there, so that's good. I'm up away from that, so I don't have to worry about that. The only thing that I'm above my other indicators. For an upward motion, ideally, you want to be above every one of these major indicators that we have up here. Now, VWAP was down here, 21.55 and the 9 are down here, so you can see this candle broke above, so that's great. There's only one major indicator that didn't break through, and that was this one. But this is still a good entry. I just have to be aware where this 200 MA is at and trade accordingly. Whether that means taking my profits before it hits there or sitting and being patient for it to break through like we did earlier. Remember, we jumped in when it was up here. It already broke through, and I was waiting here. And it took some patience to wait for this to work its way up, right? Now you can see it's working its way down. So, but this was my entry. So I made money, right, from trend line. So here was my entry point. I made money. If you know what you're doing, right, and you apply this, I made money from here all the way. I could have exited right there. So that's all profit right there. All right. So right there, this is just let me make some other goofy color here so you can see it. I can't really see pink very well either. But anyway, you get the idea. All right. This here line, I made money from here to there just by entering when it told me to enter. Now, you don't see something that screams entry. None of these things tell you to buy and sell. Okay. All these do is alert you that a change is happening. You have to still evaluate what this says. What are my indicators telling me? Where are my levels at? Right? These all, when you take all of this together as a whole, then you can make a decision. Do I want to enter this trade? Maybe I don't. Maybe there was something here I didn't like, right? And you remember earlier, we were waiting on this because we got in clear up here. I was waiting actually for this to break and hold above this before I entered. And I even showed you what happens if you jump the gun too early. So entry is key to profits. That's just no simpler theory on that, right? Buy low, sell high. Everybody's heard that, whether you trade in the stock market or not. You've all heard that saying. So that's what this helps you do. Helps you get a good entry so that you can maximize your profits. Now, it's still up to you. This does not tell you when to exit a trade. It can show you that it's starting to curl downwards. This is just a graphic representation of what's happening up here. Okay, so you combine all this thing. Now down at the bottom, I have the volume bars. So am I getting enough volume to keep pushing it up higher? I can keep an eye on that. It even shows me what the average true range is $1.25 per candle. On average, it moves up and down. So now I'm on the downhill side. You can see this changing here. See, now it's turning into a red EWO. There's my first bar. Well, look, there's my second bar, right? I can enter this trade here right now. So if I want to look at this, I am below all my indicators. The only one I got to worry about is VWAP, which was down there. So I could short this, right? I can go on here and short this right now. Does that mean that I'm guaranteed a profit? Well, it's maybe in a downward trend. Let's see if it gets down to here. I'll be a lot happier. Now, what I have evaluated in a fraction of a second is if this does manage to keep pulling down here, I'm going to have what's called a double bottom. When it rejects or comes up and rejects off this line here, coming up it was resistance. You can see it finally did break through. It went up, pulled back. Where did it pull back and bounce off of? It pulled right here about where that line's at, right? Is it always going to actually touch the line? No. But like I say, stock trading's like horseshoes and hand grenades. Sometimes close is enough, right? So I'm going to let this work. This was my point of entry on my second EWO, which actually was here. I got this line off by one. You can see this is not doing anything at the moment. It's kind of just hanging out there. Now I am in power hour, which is the last hour of the day. So there could be a lot of volatility in this trade. I normally don't trade power hour just because of that fact that it's so volatile. Can you make a lot of money if you know what you're doing? You most certainly can. Can you lose a lot of money if you don't know what you're doing? You most certainly can. So that's why I try to avoid it. I do most of my trading in the mornings. I do futures late at night. This time of the day, I'm not usually trading, but I am showing you for demonstration. Again, this is not real money. So now I'm in this EWO. I'm going to let it play out. This could be a good one or not. Right now, it's kind of just trapped. It's what we call consolidation. The price is not going up or down. If I look over here, you can see there's not much of a price movement. See how this thing's just kind of sitting there? The volume dropped off. You can see these bars here. Let me reset this so it looks a little better. Looks a more prettier, okay? So this EWO is actually kind of flat right now. Will it move? Will it change? Will it reverse course? Anything can happen in power hour. That's why I don't like trading it, because just when you think something's going your way, it actually reverses. Very volatile. Why is that? It's because the end of the day is trading day is coming at 4 o'clock. Now, it just so happens I am trusting the EWO. It's dropping. So I can slide my stop down a little bit if I want to, right? But what happens is people want to exit the trade before the end of the day. And I know I say this every day in our live broadcasts, but I want you to understand the dangers of trading during power hour, last hour day, especially the last half hour, last 15 minutes, last 10 minutes of the day. The only more volatile time of the day is at market open at 9:30. Okay. So I don't normally like to do this because people are going to maybe sell off and take their profits. They're closing their positions. They're taking their profits. They're taking the ball and going home for the day. They don't want to hold this overnight because world news could happen or a company could come out with bad news that could affect it one way or the other, and they can end up losing money overnight. Now, what happens here, the other reason it's volatile, people will sell off, okay? I'm taking my money, I'm taking my profits, I'm selling. So this may get down here and people are like, oh, that's a good place to buy it. And they'll start jumping in and buying it because now it's on sale. And when they start doing that, it shoots back the other way. So you get a lot of this. So now I can start locking in profits if I want to. Now I normally would give this more room to break. I have a double bottom right here. So I have a choice to make. Do I want to see how it bounced? See that wick? I may want to exit this trade. I might want to just take my profit here and go home. Or, like we did before, I can be patient if I want to and see if this is going to break and hold down under there. I may gain more profits. All right, so still on a downward trend right now. It's below all my indicators. Now, we know VWAP is way down here. Now, I'm not concerned about it. It's an issue. It will only be an issue as it drops. Okay, now if it does drop that much, I'll be able to buy a new yacht, even though this is fake money. I'll be able to buy a fake yacht with my fake money. So that's way down there. It's not a concern, but I'm aware of where it's at. So I'm going to let this play out a little bit. In real life, I would have already took my profit. I'm in and out. I'm more of a scalper, but I'm going to let this go a little bit just to show you. Do I want to move my stop down here, lock in profits? I really don't, because this bounces around so much. You got to give it room. We call it giving it room to breathe. It's, if you look at the way the stock moves, look like it's inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling. That's why we say give it room to breathe, give it time to do its thing. Could this come back and go against me in a hurry? Yep. Well, if it does, I'll most likely lose on this trade 75. Now I can tighten my stop up a little bit here. I want to keep it between around the 50. This is just me. You can keep it around the 55.21 once it gets away from it. Right now, I can lock in my profit. Right, I can put it down here, but if this bounces up, it'll stop me out. I can go home with 25. See how that happened? See how fast while I was talking? It stopped me out, right? Now, if I hadn't slid that down, I'd have lost money, because look how far that candle came up. And that's why you trade with a stop. Just so happened while I was talking, it did it, right? But you saw it, I think it said $25. So I got $25 profit, okay? Whoopee ding. But it was still a green trade. We call that green is good. If you make a buck profit, that was a successful trade. Hi, Nana. Good to see you over there on TikTok. Oh, Coach is in here. Hi, Coach. How you doing? Waffle. Good to see you over there on TikTok. Glad you could stop by and say hi. Everybody say hi to Coach. Hi to Nana. Long-term, of course, Coach is the creator and the owner of AmericanDreamTrading.com, as you heard earlier when I played our membership video. See how volatile this is? See how fast this can change on you, right? This is why only experienced traders should be into power hour trading. This will even get more volatile probably in the last 15 minutes, the last 5 minutes. Remember, yesterday it shot up right at 4 o'clock. So this is not for the faint of heart. You don't want to be in this thing. Now, you can make a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, right? You can lose a lot of money. How do you keep from losing a lot of money? Trade with stops, always. Now, do I want to play this on the upward? Well, if it breaks and holds above this, I will enter this trade. I wait. It's above my indicator. I could jump in and chance it, but I won't. I want to see this break through. Remember this line here? It had to break through to go down. Now it's got to fight. The same fight you fight down, now I got to fight going back up. You see here? This is where we had to get breakthrough to go down. It's coming back up. Now that's resistance. So it's got to break through this. And people knew that was a line there, resistance. What I have on my chart, so do a billion other traders. They know where these things buy and sell at. So it's got to break and hold above that before I would enter a trade to the upside. And it's a good thing I did jump in that. Look how much money I would have lost. Can I play this to the downside? I most certainly will. If it breaks and holds below these indicators. You see the 9, 21, 55 candles in the road right now. But you can see now, look what happened. Volume died for a second. Now it's starting to move a little bit. So if this breaks and holds down here, I could go into a short again, right? I could jump in, jump out, right? I could even scalp this if I want. If I want to go this way, if I just want to jump in and jump out, I can try to make a quick buck that way, right? So there's multiple ways of doing it. This is Coach's 2-minute EWO strategy. You would have made money from here down to there. Again, you have to decide when to get out. This doesn't scream get out. It will show it rolling uphill or downhill, right? But it is a little lagging indicator. So you still have to decide when to click the button to get out. But by following that, they gave me a good entry up here and I was able to maximize profit going down there, right? Had I followed that strategy. The other strategy you can do, and it's only for experienced traders, is what we call scalping. You're getting in and getting out, getting in and getting out. I can show you how fast. I'm going to jump in this again. It's not real money. So I can go like this. I can click buy, boom, I'm in. I can wait for it to make me money, boom, click get out. See how fast that works? I can short it real quick if I think it's going to go down. Then if I want to get out, boom, see how fast I can do that? So you can do this all day long. Now, again, you got to let it move to make money, right? You got to clear enough profit to pay your fees, right? And I would have never done that on my real account. But I'm just showing you that is a scalp. You can be in it for literally seconds, minutes. Right? Scalp can go on for hours if things are going the way you want it to, right? See, I'm shorting this, and now I don't have a stop here. This is a pure scalp without a stop. You never trade without stops, okay? If not, you wreck your account. But that just shows you that's another technique. Now, I can scalp with stops. Don't get me wrong. I'm just showing you what these two buttons here do. Down here, this is a pure scalp with no stops, which is extremely dangerous and will destroy your account in a heartbeat. That's why one of Coach's rules is you never trade without a stop. Ever, 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 ever. All right? Right, crowd, right, futures members that are in our room? Is that one of Coach's rules? Never trade without a stop?
Bet
At
that
your own peril.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
All right, see, there's a lot of people in here. I'm not making stuff up. Coach has 8 simple rules. They're not hard to follow, but you would be surprised how many of us don't follow them every single day. I break the rules. Hey, futures members, live members, what usually happens when you break Coach's rules?
You lose.
There you go. And how did Coach come up with these rules? Are they some great revelation he had? Sure, since he's here. No, he developed them over the 33 years that he's been in the market. He found out the hard way that if you don't do this, this is a likely result. If you don't do that, this could be a very likely result. So his rules are very simple. Don't do that, right? Don't touch the stove. And what happens when you break the rule as a toddler? When we've all done it, all of our kids have done it, all of our grandkids have done it. You tell them, don't touch the stove, right? So what happens? They touch the stove, they get burnt. Well, there was a penalty for touching the stove, right? Now they got blisters on their fingers or their hands because they touched the stove. And they learned, don't do that again, right? I would like to tell you that we only break the rules once and pay the financial penalty and loss of our actual money, but we're human. We tend to blow things off sometimes and break the rules, and it takes sometimes getting smacked in the head multiple times before that rule sticks in your head. So, but Coach has already done the hard work for us over the years, right? So don't you want to listen to somebody that already knows better? Let's follow those rules there. So you can find that, by the way, on our Discord at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Go there now, scroll down a little bit on our landing page. Now, what I'm doing right here, right now, I could have scalped this. I'm waiting to see if this is going to break and hold below that. See this double bottom? Just like I said, it can come down here and reject. So if this breaks and holds below this, I will re-enter this trade because that will be a more encouraging sign that it may continue its downward movement. Again, I don't trust anything this time of the day because you have no control of these people coming in here. We're talking, when I say people, I'm talking about institutions, right? Your big money makers in the market, your Fidelities, your Vanguards, right? Your BlackRocks, all of them are in here trading, and they have set levels that if it does this trade gets executed, right? Sell $1 billion worth if it hits here. Or if it goes up here, sell off to take the profit. So we have no control over that, so we are fighting against it. And we're also profiting from it, right? But we can also lose. And it's more volatile as the day wears on, right? Because you have like stock options that are single day contracts, which would be SPY, right? Or SPX. SPY would be one. Those contracts are single day contracts, and they literally expire every single day. So we already know those are going to cease to exist. So people will exit those on purpose, close out their position, lock in their profits, right? Protect their downside. So you're going to see a shedding of those contracts, and that affects the markets, and that's what causes your volatility up and down. That's why it's very dangerous the last hour of the day. So, well, actually, the last half hour, last 15 minutes. So again, the first 15 minutes of the market is the most volatile. The last 15 minutes, you might as well say, is the second most volatile. So, the least amount of volume is at lunchtime generally, right? All the brokers go out and have their five martini lunches, right? I don't know if they still do
Mark,
that. Yes, sir.
to your point, you're talking about opens and closes and so on and so forth. Futures trades 23 hours a day. So what open and close are you directly speaking about?
I am speaking
What
of
times?
people. Speaking of people selling their stocks and their stock options, all right, which drives the markets. Futures are the father of the stock options, right? This is the father of that, right? So there's a shedding and exchanging of money, right, between the buyers and sellers, and that drives the market down, which affects everything. And that's why you see this volatility. So it's people buying and selling. That's what moves the market. It takes volume to move. Volume's the gas that moves everything. And that means volume is neither up nor down. It's both. It's a combination of both. You have a lot of volume. It's not necessarily one way. It can do this back and forth. If you want to think about volume, you want to think how much money traded hands here. Do the math. What's the length of this candle if you did it monetarily, right? Let's just say this was a stock, right? 61.30 to, again, this is future, so it's different, right? 61.20, what is that? 61.28, whatever. So that's two, right? But you got all these contracts that's out there that moves that. When they dump that, if you're in a SPY contract, one candle, that's a lot of money. If you're selling stocks, that's a lot of money. So again, you have 500 stocks moving this indice. This is an indice here. So you have 500 stocks in the Standard & Poor's 500 that's causing this to move. As Apple goes up and down. If it's one of the biggest movers, it's one of the top ones, right? I think it's, don't quote me, but I'm thinking it's like 8% or something in that neighborhood. If Apple drops a whole bunch, it could affect the market. It's a big percentage of the S&P 500. So all these stocks, as they go up and down, that's what causes this movement. This is a reflection of the 500 stocks that are in there. This is not like gold, where you get gold. Gold only represents gold. Okay, silver only represents silver. Okay, so that's the only thing. When people buy and sell silver, that's the only thing that affects the price of silver. On the Standard & Poor's, or you could say the Nasdaq 100, or you could say the Russell 2000, as people buy and sell those 2000 stocks individually, that's what causes the collective index that all those companies are measured on to go up and down. So these are indexes, all right? So it's not just one thing like gold and silver is. So that's why you get these wild fluctuations. And it's kind of hard to tell. You don't know if if you're watching this, you don't know right now if people are dumping Apple and Nvidia and Microsoft and whatever all other companies make up the S&P 500, right? There's 500 companies. You can't keep track of them all. Yeah, some of them are more heavily weighted, right? But there's no way you're watching 500 individual stocks and trying to figure out, because let's face it, some are going up, some are going down. So it's the overall movement of those 500 that drive this. So you kind of have to be careful. That's why you need stops. If like I say, if they dump a bazillion shares of Apple all of a sudden, this is going to knife drop on you. You won't see it coming, right? So that's why you use stops. And that's the main purpose of stops, is not so much necessarily prevent you from losing money overall, because you will lose over time money here and there, right? It's to protect you from them large knife drops that you don't see coming. Now, we can see a lot of things coming. We know things may be coming because we've charted on our charts. We have levels. Bang, I could draw a line there, right? So now I got to wait and see if this goes through there, if that's a good. See, it touched over here. It hung up a little bit. I could probably scroll back now. Right, look at all the time. See, that's a brand new line. Look how accurate that line is. Look at all these bouncing off here. Yeah, they break through, move around, but you can see that's pretty good, right? I mean, I would start with a 4-hour chart to get a better, more accurate thing, but that's on a 1 minute. I'd usually do 4 hours in 2 minutes personally. So that's the dangers and the excitement and the potential for making a lot of money is these ETFs, these index funds. SPY is an ETF. It's the same thing as the S&P futures index. They both are measuring 500. Look at this big drop here, right? I could have, since I was talking and not paying attention, right? I could have jumped in and out of that, right? I could have scalped that. So I could have used this feature. Could I still do it? See how that's gyrating, right? Is that going to drop more? I don't know. Is it? I can look over here and watch my L2, but see how stacked up they are? It's almost impossible to tell what that L2 does. So I got to rely on my levels, right? So where's another level here? See, I don't have it marked, but I could try to jump in, jump out, right? But I don't have a line here, so I wouldn't jump in real life. I wouldn't have done this. Sure ain't going within 20 contracts, right? That's a lot of, you get your face ripped off. But that's how you can do that. I can go in and go out, scout, in, out, right? And take advantage of that. But I wouldn't have jumped in because I don't have this all, I don't trade this actively. That's why you see there's big gaps here. That doesn't mean there's a line on every candle. You don't want it to go that crazy either. So, but it is in a downward trend. Had I played the EWO, and again, it's a tough thing to stomach through at this time of the day, but yes, you can do it, right? Here's where the EWO started. That second bar was not bigger than the first, neither is that one. So really the entry would have been here. I would have got in here, which happens to be below all these indicators. So technically, if I'd have held my own here and my stop was enough, I would have made money from here, and I'd still be making money, right? Now, I would have had to stomach all that. Yeah, you'd have to have a wide stop due to the increased volatility due to the time of day. Really tough to do. I mean, it's the wild gyrations here, can really tear you up. So you have to have a different mentality, a different approach to trading at this time of the day. Wider stops maybe, right? Your risk tolerance has to be different. It's just people. We have members that make big money this time of the day. One of our moderators, matter of fact, actively trades this at this time of the day, and he regularly makes a lot of money because his risk tolerance is different than mine. I don't trade this type of day just for that very reason. I'm a little bit more conservative, sort of. It's not that I'm not afraid to take a trade, but I don't like this type of trade. I don't like this kind of movements. I like them more consistent. That's why my favorite trades is this. Does that look a little bit more less volatile, right? I like this. It's not so much up and down. I like oil. I like, if you look at oil, which is MCL in this case, right? Does it move a lot? Yeah, but I don't have them wild gyrations like what's going on here now, right? So you have to have a experience. This is not something to jump in and out of if you don't know what you're doing. Let me check for questions real quick here. Let's take a look at YouTube live chat. Hello there, Dane. Good to see you here, Crispy. Great to see you there also. Glad you could join us. We are here daily from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Please like, subscribe, share, right, and click your notify buttons. Let me scroll back up here through TikTok, see if I missed something here. See one of our moderators, Doug, is answering a lot of the questions. Well, thanks for the kind words there, Zinc Apparel, I guess that's how you would say it, ZNK. I can tell the way that I narrate the movements and what's happening and we're made for this. Oh, thank you for the kind words. It's kind of like talking like an auctioneer when you're talking through a trade, right? But this is what I do in my head, right? I am talking through a trade. I'm convincing myself to hold on, or I'm setting exit. I have an exit plan in my head where I'm going to exit, whether it's waiting on a level or if it's sitting here. If it pauses too long, I'll get nervous and get out, because if it pauses too long, so do other investors. There's a psychology there. If it's my psychology, guess what? Other people are going to think the same way, right? If it sits there longer, it sits in one spot, people will get nervous and say, this ain't moving. I better take my profit and get out now, right? It causes it to drop further. So if you're into short, you make more money. So you can trade off of that too. But you're going through the same thing. You're debating, what do I get in? Do I get out? Do I hold on? Do I take profits? Do I let it be patient, let it go? See what happened over here. Remember, we were real patient. We sat here for a while. It stepped up. It was a little painful to watch, but it did. So I was able to grab more profits as it stepped up over here, if you remember earlier. How much does one contract cost on a mini SP, which is the S&P 500? Webull, it's $96.36 is what you have to have, Dale, in your margin account. Okay, so you got to have $97 in your margin account, and then they debit your account. Now, that's what you have to have to trade one contract. But the only true cost of trading one contract is $2.90. With Webull, it's $1.45 to get in, $1.45 to get out. So that's $2.90. So just say $3. The true cost is $3. Okay, that's what you're going to get charged, whether you make money or not. You're getting charged $3 to execute a round trip on that trade, getting in and getting out. All right. Now, if we'd have got in up here, just to kind of give you a right there, get this line here. If I'd have entered the EWO, and I should had, if I was doing an EWO play, I could have got in here, and I got this little measuring tool. So my entry would have been here. It's currently down here. That's 21 ticks. Hey Ralph, what's an MES play per tick? We looked at that earlier, didn't we? It is $1.25. So it's dropped 21 ticks right now. 125 times 21. I'd have made $26.25 on one contract, and it would have costed me $3. That's assuming I got out here. Okay, so if I wrote this down from here down to there for $3, you might as well say I would have made 26. Now, if I'd have had 5, right, that'd have been more money. If I'd had 10 or an ES, right, it's all exponential. So that was not a bad movement. Right now, I'd have had stomach through all that. Would I had personally as a trader? No. I wouldn't have. I would have had a hard time stomaching all that pullback. Now, if I had the mentality that I am trading power hour and I have to have a bigger stop, yes, I could have wrote that down. Me personally, that's not how I trade. Everybody has their styles. Okay, I'm a little more conservative. That's why I always use coach's rule: wait for the break and hold. I try not to jump in early. You may get lucky once in a while and it'll go your way, but you don't know. If you wait for a break and hold, that gives you a little bit more assurance that it may be going the way you hope. So if I was in this EWO, I'd still be making money. You can see it's bouncing. What do I have? I have a level here. Now I got a triple bottom here. It touched here, it touched there. So on triple bottoms, those are great trades. You could play off of that. If this bounces up, I could have made money, right? Or I can wait and see if it's going to pull down. I want to wait and see what it's going to do. Do I want to jump in this if it starts moving up? I may very well. I could jump in right now, let's say, if I wanted to. Now, I should have got in down here, but this is a risky trade for me. I want to see it definitely start moving. I have these indicators up there that may form resistance on its upward movement. There's not much of a gap between them, so my profit potential may be limited going up here. So this would be a bad trade. I wouldn't have done this in real life. Because it's paper, I can do dumb things like this, right? And that's one of the things you want to avoid when you're paper trading. You want a paper trade just like you would in real life. Because if you do these dumb things, and I'm doing it for demonstration purposes, but if you do that in real life while you're trying to learn how to paper trade so that you can take those skills later down the road, you don't want to develop bad habits. So don't be just jumping in, jumping out. Figure out what your entry criteria are, and that's what we teach you at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Right now, I'm lucky. I got in. I can lock in my $75. Boom, just like that. Right? See how quick that was? We don't chase candles, so you want to treat your paper trading account and trade it the way you would if it was real money. That's how you have to think about it. Would I have jumped in there willy-nilly just like that just now? No, not in real life. I wouldn't. So don't do anything on paper trading that you wouldn't do in real life, because what happens is you start training your brain. Well, I could just jump in, bang, and I could jump out, bang, right? Well, that cost me $3. I didn't make a dime. Actually, I lost money that quick, plus my $3 transaction fee. I mean, actually, that was 20 contracts, but it's neither here nor there. So do not do dumb things. Okay, I call them dumb things. Don't develop bad habits while you're using fake money. You want to start training your brain to do things the right way. So if you won't enter a trade with your real money that way, don't enter a fake trade that way, right? Develop good habits. That way you don't have to unlearn things. Because I guarantee you, if you would do that like I just did, that willy-nilly jumping in just because I can, because it's not really real, it doesn't really cost me real money. You do that all day long, every day, day in, day out. You just train your brain to ingrain a bad habit. So don't do that. Okay? Do as they say, not as they just did, right? I'm just doing that for demonstration. Let's see else on TikTok here real quick. Can you briefly explain my bottom indicators? Yes, this one here is Coach's 2.0 EWO, Coach's 2-minute EWO indicator. This is the EWO, and we use this to help make decisions on entry. This down at the bottom is a volume indicator. Right? I can blow this up here a little bit. Let me exaggerate these just so you can see. I don't watch this constantly or anything. I'm watching. I can pretty much tell if there's any volume by the candle movement, and I can see over here on my L2. If it's not moving, there's no volume. But volume is what drives it. I do kind of look at just to see. This little thing here is part of the upgraded, the up soon to come indicator. It's showing my ATRs built in that, how much volume, buyers versus sellers, right? Just a ratio. You see here, there's just as many buyers as sellers right now. That's why you see this. This is not doing anything, right? It's just a quick glance. 99% of the time, I don't even look at this, but it is there if I wanted to look at it for a reason. But this here is what we use to make our entry and entry decisions. So that combined with all this information, this novel, this book that's wrote up here, each one of these things is telling me something, and you'll learn what this book is telling you once you gain experience here. And we train on how to do all that. So it's a good question. Yes, Liberty. Well, market killed you today. Back to paper trading jail. That's a good thing. If you have a bad day, go back. Number one, you need to go back and look at your trades. What did you not see that caused that trade to go bad on you? What did you do wrong? Did you break one of Coach's rules? Did you enter when you shouldn't have? Did you think you were making a good trade at the time, but you didn't see something? Perhaps you didn't see VWAP or right, because you can jump in too soon and not miss the obvious. I do that all the time. I'm like, dang it, right there's a VWAP, and I didn't pay attention to see it. Right, see VWAP's down here. So sometimes, yes, especially if you're scalping, you tend to in and out more and more often, right, more than normal. So sometimes you click that button a little bit too soon without reevaluating your trade. But anyway, you need to go back and see if you can figure out what you did wrong. And if you don't know, that's one of the benefits of American Dream Trading in our community. You can come in and ask, hey, can you take a look at this trade I got in at, 210, and so we can pull up your chart and we can walk through it and talk about it. Okay, well, I got in here and I thought it was going up, right? What did I do wrong? And we can walk you through and kind of give you our reasoning of why that trade went bad on you, right? Because you didn't see this or, right? So those are kind of the things that our community helps you to look at, right? Yes, we learn the basics of trading, but the community also helps educate you, and that's what Coach's main purpose is education, so that you're not dependent on anybody to do this. I could do this. If Coach goes away tomorrow, if American Dream Trading closes their doors tomorrow, I will be sad. I will be very sad. I will be very upset. But I will still be able to continue to make money for my family and do it successfully. I would not like trading by myself because I don't want to lose my community. I love our community. We come for the training and education. We stay for the community. But the point is, Coach, the way that he look at this pool. Well, how much time we got left? 10 minutes left. See people exiting their trades. I could have capitalized. There's VWAP. Now there's VWAP. Now I have to pay attention. What happens at VWAP? What did I tell you? That's the single most strong indicator that you can use. What did it do? It literally come down and touched it and bounced off. Now I can make money on that deal too. I could play that bounce up, right? So would I enter a trade right now? No. It's the last part of the day. If I was going to enter this trade, I would not enter until it breaks and holds below VWAP. So these are all decision points, which is all these lines are on here. So again, I don't trade this part of the day anyway, personally. Doesn't mean you can't, right? So if I am going to enter this trade, I would wait for the break and hold below. But this is see that big candle there? That's the sell-off. People, it's getting to the end of the day. They're exiting the positions. Now it's so low here. It's at a critical, I have a historical level. I got VWAP right here. You might see people start jumping in here and buying it. It may very well go up. Now the trend is your friend, and the trend is down. So if you go against the trend, you can get your face ripped off. So again, these are all little things you can learn. I can scalp this, right? I can go in here and jump in, wait for the pullback because there's a long candle. Usually you'll get a 50% retracement. So this one here long, now you can see it's been about 50%, may not be exactly, right? So I could take advantage of that. I could have entered. I clicked a little late there. But I still got to worry about my next levels. Again, so you got to be careful when you're doing these things, especially at the end of the day. People have sold off now. They may very well buy in, right? So do I really want to enter a trade? I would if I was experienced enough, but I don't play this time of the day. But I just stay away totally. Yeah, I could have made a boatload of money, right? I'll guarantee you we have members right now, our paid members making a boatload of money on this, right? I wouldn't be surprised me. Coach is making a boatload of money on this right now. But I don't play this. So I stick with what I know, what I'm comfortable doing. I know how to do this. I could have made a lot of money on this, but I just don't, I'm uncomfortable. Let's put it that way. I don't do it enough to do this, that I am confident, that I feel comfortable, right? I'm conservative. I'd rather trade this, right? Gold. And there are certain times of the day that I love trading gold. Those are like 6:30 on until about 11. I love trading gold. It tends to move up and down very nicely. Oil tends to do the same thing. So I trade that then. I love trading these things in the evening. I do very well for myself, right? Is it every day? No, but it's most days, yeah. Am I money? Mitch asks, am I an option guy? Yes, I am in my core. I traded stock options for the last year and a half plus. That was what I primarily traded was options. And I didn't trade SPY options that often. That's why you don't see me trading the ES, which is the equivalent of SPY, right? It's the father of SPY, actually. So that's why you don't see me. I don't get that hot and heavy in there. It's not that I don't trade it. It's just not my to-go thing. And we do have members. This is what they trade all day long. They love it. They know it. They know how it breathes. They have really good charts with really good lines, unlike me on this one. Now, gold, I'll put my gold chart. I'll trade my gold lines all day long. My old chart, I'll trade. I'm so confident on my lines because I've traded it so much. I'm confident where it's going to hit, right? And I can use that to my advantage. So that's what
Mark?
Experience. Yes, Doug.
Speaking to your gold chart, does it cost the same? Do you need to have the same margin requirements? What are the criteria for trading intraday versus extended hours?
Yeah, we covered that earlier. I showed my chart there.
Yeah.
On
We had
Weeble.
another question recently in
Yep.
TikTok. That's why.
Well, we're running out of time right now, but yes, each contract does have its margin requirements. Go to your broker's website, and they'll have a section in there under their futures that lays out what their margin requirements are. Right? It'll look. I can show you here real quick. Since Doug asked so nice, and I like Doug, so I want to keep Doug happy. This is the Weeble's webpage. This is one of them right here that shows your day margin, what you have to have in your account, in your margin account to be able to trade one contract during the day from 9 to 4:15. And then after the market reopens at 5 Central Time, 6 Eastern, I'm in Eastern, this is what you have to have in your margin account to trade the same thing. So to trade one what we're looking at here on my the S&P, I have to have $96.36 to buy one contract during the day. And if I'm going to trade after hours, after 4:15 till 9 a.m. the next day, I have to have $1,600 to trade the same thing. Why is that? Because they're on the hook from 5 o'clock on till 9 o'clock the next morning. So that's the prices, the amount you have to have in your margin account are higher after hours. So you have to have, so if you don't have $1,600 in your account, you can't trade a micro, standard, or poor in after hours. But if you have $100 in your account, you can trade it all day long during the day. Okay, as long as you have $500, have that money in your account. So if you go to your broker's website, it'll have something similar. If you don't have, we use Webull. I use Webull as my broker, and they'll break down the ticks and all that. And you can also go to the CME website, and it'll show you all that also. So we are running out of time here. Close of the market. You can see how volatile things can get. Look at this, how that popped right back up again, right? Look at it. And this will shoot up and down for the next 15 minutes because this doesn't actually close out to 4:15, even though the general market closes out at 4. SPY you can trade till 4:15. So anyhow, I do appreciate everybody being here. Again, those of you that have joined us on TikTok, you already experienced a loss of service for about 12 or 15 hours the other day on, what was that, Sunday? Saturday night. To prevent that from happening to you again, go over to our YouTube channel, which is American Dream Trading on YouTube. Click subscribe over there. That way you have a backup account. I know that the president, our new president, gave an executive order, I believe it for 75 days. Does that mean it'll stay up for the next 75? I don't know. There might be legal challenges. Who knows? I'm not a lawyer, even though I didn't play one on TV. It's good to always have a backup plan for everything in life. So for those of you just following us on TikTok, please go over to our YouTube channel. Okay. Another benefit of our YouTube channel is we have over 2,000 videos there that you can watch anytime, day or night. You can pause them, fast forward them, take notes, rewind them, whatever, right? Fast forward through them. But anyway, the main thing I would like you to do is just get that subscribe over there so you have a backup account. So if in the end something happens to TikTok and it ceases to exist, you will always be able to follow us. Matter of fact, make sure you click notify while you're over there and share. Take a look at all those free videos that we have there while you're there. There's literally thousands of hours of videos over there that you can watch totally for free. Okay. Now, as a paid member, you get access to additional members also, or videos and training materials. AmericanDreamTrading.com is where you need to go. Also, go grab our free Discord. Gives you instant access. You can get in our stock lounge, talk to other paid members. You can ask questions, general chit chat. How's it going? Matter of fact, when you get there, tell them you came from the future. They'll know what you mean. Tell Mark McSee sent you, or just say I came from the future. I'm here from the futures. Just say future. That'll help us know that that's how you found us. It is totally free. There's no free for 30 days or any of that garbage. Our Discord is totally free. It was free last year. It was free the years before that. It'll be free until forever. So there's nothing you got to do. You don't have to put a credit card on file or anything else like that. Okay. So that gets you in there interactive. You can also look at, there's discounts in there for like trading view. Matter of fact, Coach is a big Tesla fan. He owns Teslas. He's owned multiple Teslas over time. Because of that, he has an affiliate link you can actually use to get I believe it's $1,000 off your new Tesla. So if you're planning on buying a Tesla, there you go. You can get $1,000 off for nothing. Just for getting on a free TikTok. What's the catch? There is none. You don't want to follow us 2 days from now. You just exit, right? You quit following it. So anyway, that's where we talk. Now, we don't DM anybody. You will never receive a direct message from anybody at AmericanDreamTrading.com. If you do, that is a scammer. You need to block and report them immediately. Do not interact if somebody happens to DM you, because anybody can copy, as you know, if you're on any social media platform, people can copy your profiles and pretend that you are them. So don't accept any DMs from anybody. I do thank you all for being here. We are here Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m., and I thank you for being here. This broadcast, like all of our broadcasts, are available for immediate review at the conclusion of this broadcast. You can go back and watch any that you may have missed. Also take advantage, and it's easier to go over to YouTube and find them just because it's more organized there. It's another good reason to go and subscribe to our channel. You can go back and watch all our old broadcasts in case you missed something, Or if you wanted to hear something I said earlier that you weren't sure what I said, you can go back and review that also. So I thank you all for being here. I will see you tomorrow. Make sure everybody that you come in contact for the rest of the day and tomorrow that you leave a lasting positive impression on them. Make them smile because you don't know what somebody's going through. And I thank you for being here, and I will say goodbye. See ya.